very angry at that moment with the referee.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I'm angry, yes. Mm-hmm.
So, do you think, I mean, I think the referee will say he stopped it because he thought you were taking too much punishment?
Really? Are you see you see something here? You see some eyes? You see?
No, I don't.
No, okay. You see it? Nothing? Why he stopped? I think he sees something else, you think I take a punch. No, I take nothing. Nothing.
Well, it's not a good way for you to end your time over here. I appreciate that, because if you want to go, a fighter wants to go out on his sword rather than the referee jumping in.
I really think, I don't want to blame somebody. I really think the fight, if the referee leave that fight go in round 6, I really think Joe George was punched me, yes. He touched me 1-2 times. But I see he was really tired that time. So I tried to keep my hands up and let him walk. That was my strategy, to let him up after, come back and put it down. But I don't know. If you see that, and he stopped the fight, I don't know why. Why? I asked him to.
Those are the words of Carlos Takam. And Carlos Takam, as you guys can see, you look at his face, I see a abrasion, a small one under his right eye. From where the angle is, you can see more of his right side of his face than his left side, but he doesn't look like he's swollen or battered, or, you know, you don't see any cuts or anything like that, but he's trying to make his case in his defense, like, hey, you don't see me all beat up, you don't see me looking all crazy, you know, like they needed to stop it. And in the fact, I seen Joe Joyce tired, and I know he was tired, so I put my hands up, and that was a part of my strategy. And I don't know why the referee stopped it. Let me counterpunch. I have to agree with Carlos Takam. I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, it wasn't a short stoppage. I did read that someone left on my comments that, you know, that same referee was ridiculed for allowing the fight to go too long. So I think he's trying to balance out the narrative or the concept, so to speak, that he is that guy and he doesn't want to get that reputation, so he cut this fight short. Okay. First off, let me counterpunch to the comment. Just because you're known or you're notorious or you have the reputation of stopping a fight too late doesn't mean you should do that. Now, I understand the psyche of a person that has everything to prove in the next fight or the next event that he has the opportunity to referee. I get that, but this is a different fight. This was a different fight. Carlos Takam, he was getting caught. The times he got caught like maybe 2 to 3 good times to make him stagger back. Now, as far as, and I heard the 8 count solution. Well, first of all, we don't even know if it was a standing 8 count, and that doesn't necessarily mean that a referee has to regulate a standing 8 count. Okay, so the 8 count is only in certain fights, and just because it's in a certain fight doesn't mean a referee has to resort to that particular option. A lot of referees, I feel, they're either corrupt or they're lazy. Okay, and I feel, or they have some type of issue with a fighter that they've already had dealings with in the past. Okay, and this particular ref, you could say, well, hey, he was ridiculed in the past, but that shouldn't sway his decision to stop a fight in the 6th round. Okay, and I want to let people understand that this fight was stopped in the 6th round, like the beginning of the 6th. And that's another reason why this fight shouldn't have been stopped. I could understand the 8th or the 9th because by that time we've seen a pattern of Carlos Takam getting battered too much, okay? And in that case, okay, let it go. You know, let's stop it before we go to the championship rounds because this guy's already taken enough punishment to convince us or him that this fight needs to be stopped. Now I get that. I 100% get that. But it didn't go 8 or 9 rounds. It went 6 rounds, okay? And he decided to stop it. And like Carlos Takam said, hey, I don't think that should have happened. And this has happened in the Joshua fight where it was stopped and people felt it was stopped too early. And the difference between the two, I think Joshua was hitting him with better punches. Joe Joyce was hitting him with punches too, but Joe Joyce is a consistent volume puncher. And I don't think that fight should have been stopped at that particular moment. Okay, because we don't know what Carlos Takam had left. But I think, and I do feel that it's not all about what a fighter has left. It's about, can a fighter continue positively and have a fair shot to come back? That's what you ask yourself. And we won't know that in this fight because it was stopped too early. It really was. Now, Carlos Takam, you know, he's a good, humble guy. He doesn't have any hard feelings against Joe Joyce because it was the referee that stopped the fight after all. I get it. But at the end of the day, I feel Carlos Takam is somewhat of a journeyman at this point. And because he's a journeyman, I think that's why he didn't get the benefit of the doubt when it came to seeing what he could do when he was pressured, when he was punched, when he was in trouble at that particular time. I think a lot of that has something to do with Carlos Takam's status in the heavyweight division. Okay, that fight was picked for Joe Joyce to look good. That fight was picked to keep Joe Joyce where he needs to be. Okay, Carlos Takam, I feel that he was a pawn in this situation, and unless he got a knockout, he wasn't going to win anyway. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think of Carlos Takam thinking that the referee shouldn't have stopped the fight. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys can counterpunch. Peace.